sexy and beast mode fragrances, what more do you want? Hello everyone, welcome back to Jus de Rose. In today's video, I'll be talking about powerful, intoxicating fragrances for men. All of these perfumes, except for one, last over 12 hours with a huge, monstrous projection. So if you want to be noticed with your fragrance, then this video is for you. First up, we have a brand new release from Parfums de Malle. It is Haltane or Haltane. I'm not really sure how you say it, but this is exclusive at the moment at Harrods, though I really hope the brand makes it available worldwide because it is a fantastic perfume. So what does this fragrance smell like? Well, first off, this is really masculine. This is a sexy, masculine perfume. And I would say if a fougère fragrance, so the freshness of fougère with the aromatics, had a baby with Oud for Greatness by Initio Parfum, Haltane would be it. So it has the really refreshing qualities of a fougère. There's a big dose of lavender, which makes it feel super masculine, and it brings like a clean, polished, gentleman-like vibe to the fragrance, which I love. And you have some sweetness thanks to the praline, which adds an addictive quality to the scent. In the dry down, it develops almost like a leathery, suede-like leather touch, at least on my skin, which makes it really refined and interesting to smell. I think this fragrance is what was missing in the Parfums de Malle portfolio in terms of the men's fragrances. Either they're very fresh and uplifting, or they're sweeter, spicier, and warmer. And I find that with this new launch, it really bridges the gap between the two because you have the freshness and you have like the warmth and sweetness coming from the woods and the praline. And in terms of performance on my skin, it lasts over 12 hours with a monstrous projection. Like, you cannot go unnoticed when you wear this fragrance. A really great new release from Parfums de Malle. I highly recommend it. Next up, we have the Blazing Mr. Sam by Penhaligon. This is a fantastic, spicy, boozy tobacco scent. It is so good, and if I had to recommend one fragrance for guys to try from the Portraits collection, like just one, this one would be it. It is so incredibly addictive. So you have notes of cinnamon, there's cardamom, saffron, black pepper, tobacco, vanilla, and also a lot of woods, which is mainly patchouli. Spicy and boozy, this smells so sexy, but in a gentleman kind of way. If you enjoy Halfeti, which is a very popular fragrance from Penhaligon, there's a good chance you'll also enjoy the Blazing Mr. Sam. In fact, I would go as far as saying that the Blazing Mr. Sam is Halfeti's sexier older brother, and he's got a lot of class as well. I would recommend wearing this fragrance if you have a special event to go to, like a special evening, you dress nice, and you just finish off your look with this perfume. You'll feel very polished and classy. And let me tell you right now, this is confidence in a bottle. For sure, a confidence boosting perfume. And in terms of wear, I would recommend wearing it either in the colder months, so like autumn and winter, or on colder evenings, because it is on the sweeter side, it's spicy, it has quite a bit of warmth to it. It could be a little bit much in the middle of summer in the blazing sun, so more for the evening wear or the colder months. And finally, the performance is another fantastic one, 12 hours plus on my skin with a strong projection. This next one is a fresh fragrance, a fresh, long-lasting citrus, Bohemian Lime by Goldfield and Banks. You probably already know this fragrance, I've talked about it so much. But if you're new, you need to get your nose on this scent. This perfume is a really fizzy citrus fragrance that, again, although unisex, is more masculine leaning in my opinion. You have Australian finger lime, which is like caviar lime, very different to the scent of traditional lime. So it's not going to be like bitter or too zesty like traditional lime. It's quite a unique smelling scent. You also have some sandalwood and coriander, so it is citrusy, spicy, just a touch creamy in the background because of the sandalwood. But overall, picture this: you are on a deserted island sipping on a ginger cocktail, a hamaka, overlooking the beach. Like, this is the kind of vibe that I get from this perfume. Pair it with a white tee, some shorts, maybe some espadrilles. That is the kind of vibe that I get from Bohemian Lime. Very easy to wear. and on my skin it lasts 10 hours plus, which is so great for a citrus fragrance with a really beautiful scent trail. Whenever my husband wears this, I smell it everywhere in the house. And if you had to get only one fragrance from Goldfield and Banks, I would recommend you go for this one, Bohemian Lime. I often get asked in my DMs, what kind of rose fragrance do you recommend for guys? And amongst the recommendations that I've given, I like to recommend Oud Satin Mood by Maison Kurkdjian. Now, although this is a unisex fragrance and a lot of ladies wear it, I know a lot of guys who also enjoy this perfume. So if you haven't tried it yet, this fragrance is a rose oud combo complemented with violet and vanilla. Now, the rose in this fragrance is more of a jammy rose, and it is sweetened with the vanilla, but it's not going to be like a sticky, sweet, jammy rose. It has just the right level of sweetness, of addictiveness, and complemented by like the darkness of oud, which makes this fragrance so sexy and really intriguing. In the dry down, at least on my skin, it goes quite powdery, almost like a lipsticky effect. So if that bothers you, then I'd recommend you go for the extrait version, which has more of an ambery warmth as opposed to a powdery dry down with the original. The extrait is also fantastic and has just as great performance as this original fragrance. Highly recommend this for date night. It is very sexy, all year round type of scent, 12 hours plus wear. Yeah, one of the best fragrances from Maison Kurkdjian. Next up, we have a little gem from Matiere. It is Encens Suave. I've talked about this fragrance a little bit during the autumn and winter time, just because it is more of a cold weather fragrance. But you know, if you like incense, then you can wear it all year round as well. So this fragrance, as the name suggests, is an incense dominant fragrance. What's particular about this fragrance is, yes, you're going to get like a traditional incense note, which is going to give you church-like vibes. So imagine entering a cathedral, the wooden benches, so that like dry, woody, incensey note, you're going to get it in this scent. But it is cut with coffee, which makes it really interesting, and it's more like roasted coffee beans blended with some like benzoin that's going to give a vanillic, balmy sweetness. So it's also a little bit sweet, addictive coffee incense scent. So overall, this fragrance is dry, woody, and a little bit sweet as well. It's another one that lasts 12 hours plus. I mean, except for Bohemian Lime, all these fragrances last for 12 hours plus. I'm going to stop repeating myself. With a really strong projection. I was wearing it, I could get whiffs of it throughout the day, which is nice because it is a nice perfume, so you want to be able to smell a nice perfume throughout the day. So I highly recommend this if you are an incense lover and you want to twist on incense, or if you're looking for an autumn winter staple, then check Encens Suave out. There are also some discovery sets on the website, like little minis, but also samples, I believe, that you can purchase if you don't want to get the full-size product, which is always nice. I will put all the links to the fragrances today in the description box down below if you're interested. Next up, we have a really yummy, mouth-watering amber fragrance. It is Orientale by Une Nuit Nomade. This basically smells like the most delicious, boozy chocolate fragrance. So addictive. It is complemented with notes of cacao, rum, patchouli, sandalwood, and tonka bean. And what I like about it is that the cacao isn't too sweet. It's very much there, but more in like a bitter 90% dark chocolate kind of way. And the booziness, like the rum is, imagine the rum is aging in barrels and it is infused with 90% dark chocolate essence. That is the kind of scent that I get. As it dries down, though, it's going to develop a more distinctive almondy tonka bean note, which will remain quite dry. It's not gonna be too creamy. It's like dry, powdery, almondy notes with a lot of woods. So incredibly addictive. So if you're looking for a gourmand fragrance that is more unisex, so not too feminine leaning, then Orientale is really bang in the middle. And what's great is that if you get it for yourself and your partner really enjoys like tonka bean, almondy, chocolatey kind of fragrances, then you can share your perfume with your partner too, which is always nice. 12 hours plus wear on the skin. Fantastic little gem. It's so underrated and I highly recommend it. Orientale by Une Nuit Nomade. I've got another freshie for you, which I adore and talked a lot about this on my channel. It is Gentle Flutie Silver by Maison Kurkdjian. One of the best freshie, mass appealing, entry level niche fragrances on the market, in my opinion. Oh, this is so delicious. So you have a prominent note of juniper berries, which is gonna give this distinctive gin and tonic feeling to the scent. Like imagine drinking a gin and tonic on a yacht in the Mediterranean. That is the kind of vibe that I get from this scent. You also have some vanilla, some coriander. There's also a big dose of ambroxan, which really helps tether the fragrance onto your skin so that it lasts all day and projects massively. This fragrance is great if you have fragrances such as Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, Creed Aventus. So those like really refreshing, very likable fragrances, but you want, you know, a little bit of an upgrade. Gentle Fluidity Silver is going to be perfect for that. It's versatile. You can wear it during the day, just running errands, or also in the office because it has quite a smart feeling about it, and you can easily transition into the nights. Go on a date with a lady, do your thing. This fragrance is perfect. Honestly, this is a 10 out of 10 for me, and another great one from Maison Kurkdjian. And finally, we have, of course, Musc Ravageur by Frederic Malle. This is probably the sexiest ambery vanilla fragrance out there. I don't know what it is about this fragrance, but there's something that is really raw, very carnal, just uninhibited. It's like a wild perfume, you know? It has that like wildness factor, very, very sexy. It's a fragrance that you want to wear after hours. The main notes are amber, vanilla, musk, lavender. It is sweet, addictive, and will dry down almost powdery on the skin. It has that like magnetic, bold feeling to it. So this is for sure a bold fragrance. Don't wear this on a first date. You kind of need to know the person first before wearing this fragrance. Highly recommend it if you like sweeter fragrances. And I think this is probably, along with Oud Satin Mood, the most beast mode out of the bunch. Like if you spray this on your clothes will smell for weeks on end if you don't wash it. So you don't need that many sprays with this fragrance to keep on smelling it throughout the day. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what is your most beast mode fragrance. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, spread the fragrant love.